Hi everybody. So I heard this phrase, the song, a Yiddish song by a blues player, and I forgot the name of the person actually. Rosalie is following him. He's really good and young guy, American I believe. And anyway, I'll put his name down and the link to his this thing. He's just he's like, what is the guy's name? That young guy? Yeah, it's okay. Okay, she'll tell me later. But I just wanted to try. I have this phrase in my mind, and I just wanted to see if I could remember a little bit of it. Um, if I could do it, like it's a Yiddish thing.
Dwayne the harmonica player or something.
Dwayne, a harmonica player or something. So, anyway, something like I remember. If you hear something in your mind and then you try to repeat it, it's going to be exactly what you hear. But I have this idea of this thing in my mind. So this is the first time I'm trying this. I have an A harmonica. First off, with all my trouble with my spit, I have to try to. Now check it out. Okay, so I'm hearing this thing. Da 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 da. And that is not even, well, it's a tiny bit close, but it certainly isn't a Yiddish folk song. A little closer. Now, I only heard this one time from the next room, and I thought, oh, that's something different than what he's been playing. What if I make it sort of a bluesy type Yiddish folk song? There's many, you know, the blues world is full of the Jewish people that have done incredible things with blues. I'm half Jewish myself. Now, don't tell anybody, but it's true. And not that I respect or regret that, but I'm half Presbyterian. I was raised Presbyterian, to be honest. My dad family came from Ukraine. They were caught up in the Russian Revolution and whatever going on around 1917. And my grandfather split that scene and came to the U.S. from Canada. And then I guess his wife came later, or they met in New York, I don't know. But my mom's family has been here since before the Revolution, and I had relatives fight in the Revolution. And so they're Presbyterian, and as it goes, if your mother is not Jewish, you are considered non-Jewish. And that's what I am, a Presbyterian. And but I'm proud of the faith on the other side. I'm proud of the Jewish mayor of Kiev, the president, rather, of Ukraine, and that he's Jewish and that I mean, it took a while for me to accept certain things I don't agree with at all with Israel, and but I'm not part of the Jewish culture at all. I just happen to be of that ilk on that side of my family. But there are many more people like me out there that are half-breeds, you call us, I guess, or whatever. But it's just who we are. And I didn't like my last name because it spelled out too much like, oh, who I obviously am, or European, so I used my name, Jon Beckley Morris, because it's simpler. And you get paid better when I lived in Europe if you have an American-sounding name, for sure. And Nuremberg would always get fucked up when it was used. Like on the first CD with RL Acoustic Stories, they've got my name as Johm or John, and then Nurmburg, and they forgot I played on a couple guitar songs, Kind-Hearted Woman and Meet Me in the Bottom, which is how I found out we even had the CD. I was listening to a syndicated blues show, because that's what they had on blues on the Oregon coast back in beginning in '98. It was or something, maybe late '97, and I was going to a little gig near a place called Port Orford, in a cafe, and in Port Orford, right where the ocean was, and I heard this song, Meet Me in the Bottom, and it goes with R.L. Burnside, and I thought, well, we never played that song unless I played guitar. So it was me playing guitar with him, and it was from that Acoustic Stories CD. So I called up R.L., asked about it, and he said, yeah, that he had agreed with the producer to put that out as a CD. But anyway, back to this Yiddish folk song. I remember my dad doing a little folk song when I was a child. He passed away when I was 10, so I didn't know him very well in the history of our family. I knew it through my late sister a little bit. But on the other hand, I did know more about my mom's family, and that was kind of cool. The railroad people in the Midwest. Anyway, I hear this song in my mind, and I'm thinking, okay, the thing is, da 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 da. And then I kind of vaguely remember my dad doing a lullaby when I was maybe 4 or 5 or something, and I can't remember the way it goes, but there's some similarities. The bird is acting up. She's in a nest box, so there's no males, but she's hanging out there. She's making there is a male, Herbie, but they fight. Anyway, and he's really with Carolina. So, back to this. Oh, that note got screwed up, so. What about up here? Am I in first or second position? So all I'm doing is just bringing these notes up. Two draw, 3 blow, 3 blow draw, 4 blow draw. Back to the 4 draw. Back to 3 draw. 3 blow. 3 draw. So that 3 draw starts it really. 4 blow. 4 draw. 5 blow. 5 draw. 5 blow. 4 draw. 4 blow. 4 draw. would be the 3 draw back to the 4 draw, 4 blow draw. 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw. Jesus Christ. I think that's time to get a new air harmonica. I mean, I have one, I just need to replace it. So it's 3 draw, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 draw. 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 5 draw. Five draw, 5 blow, 5 blow, 4 draw, 4 draw, blow. So, from this Yiddish folk song, God, Irby, from this Yiddish folk song idea, I guess the point I'm trying to make with all this is that I'll find out directly who this man's name is and put it down as a link and give him a nod towards this because he's a really good player. Y'all should check him out. But I guess it doesn't matter is what I'm saying that I repeated this Yiddish folk song. I like the beat, I like the sound, I like that it's kind of cool, you know, I like the little folk songs from Eastern Europe. It's not that I'm going to really do much of them, but it's just that something in there can be incorporated into what I do with the bluesy roots kind of music of what I do. Gosh, Herbie! So that's kind of cool, all that stuff you can, you know what I mean, you can do from the lick that we got out of that Yiddish folk song. And there's one more at the end here. So you can, God, man, just from that idea of wanting to know that song, I've got some really cool licks on hand now from just from studying that thing, even though I didn't really study it, even though I just heard it at one time. But in my mind, I couldn't get past this. So, okay, I heard that stuff, and then I'm thinking, okay, but I really hear, even isolating that further, that 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 5 draw, back to the 5 draw, blow, back to the 4 draw, 4 blow, 4 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow again. What I really liked about it is and then it goes, branches off into the 4. Alright, Herbie, knock it up. Not really. You add so much percussion to the thing. That's my parrot, in case you all aren't. He's a eclectus, red-headed eclectus, and he's been stuck inside too long. They're going out to the aviary in a couple of months when it gets warmer. Although it is really warm today. The problem is winter, you know. So you just add that extra ornamentation to it. But back to the basic thing. You know, 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 5 draw. Back to the 4, 5 blow, 4 draw, 4 blow, 3 draw. God, jeez. Gotta get this right before me. You just alternate it, but the bottom line is 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 5 draw, and you can do such an incredible amount of combination of things with those notes, but the basic groove, back to that Yiddish folk song, is like so that's that 2-part pattern. The 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 5 draw. Back to the 5 blow, 4 draw. God. Back to the 5, try it again. 4 draw, 4 blow. 3 draw. 4 blow, 4 draw, 5 blow, 5 draw. Back to the 5 blow, 4 draw, 4 blow. Back to 3 draw and then back to the 4 blow. Just right back up. 3 draw, 4 blow, 4 draw. And then ending it on 5 draw. So that's how that full pattern works, those 2 sections. So that's section 1. That's section 2. And then, so that would be section 1, and then back to the section 1, ending on the 4 draw, to section 2, starting again on the 3rd draw. So the section 2 really begins on the 4th blow. So 4 blow, 3 draw, 4 blow again. See how it just breaks up like that? We begin it on the 3rd draw. Beginning on the 3rd draw, blowing on the 4, drawing on the 4, blowing on the 5, drawing on the 5, blowing on the 4, and then ending it on the 4th draw. And that's the end of the first section, and then back to the 4 for the second section. Blowing on the 4, drawing on the 3, drawing on the 3, and blowing on the 4 again, and then drawing on the 4. So blowing on the 4 starts as drawing on the 3, blowing on the 4, drawing on the 4, blowing on the 5, and drawing on the 5. And that ends that little 2-part thing. Part 1, part 2. Try it again. And then all the incredible things you can get out of it from that. Now, that ain't exactly Yiddish folk songs, but it's what we can get from everything that we hear around us. Could have been African groundhog song, too, if there's such a thing. It could have been a Mexican salsa. Like a... We all know that one, the cucaracha, you know. So what if I wanted to make it a blue La Cucaracha? Instead of like going La Cucaracha. Well, I'm feeling a little bit about blue Mexicans. You know what I mean? A blue. What if I'm feeling blue, white, just typical boring white people music from like something like I don't know, some kind of a thing like. Without just using a bunch of major notes. Now I want to thinking all that boring old white dough music. Instead of going. Go. You can get blues out of everything around you, you know, as you do know. So, there we have it for today. Have a nice afternoon. Blues is all around us, and it's in everything that we hear if we want to change it into that. But I will put this man's name in the future video of where you can find him. I think that I'm glad I ran into it. To think of that, if I want to learn that Yiddish folk song, it's there to learn. And there's a lot of great music out there like that. It just depends on what you want to play. Okay, y'all have a good morning, evening, afternoon, night, wherever you're at. I hope this was fun. Bye-bye, you guys.